After watching The Signal, I can kind of understand why it's only playing in one theater. What's up, everybody? Back today with another review for you, and it's going to be The Signal, the newest sci-fi thriller from director William Eubank. He also helped write the film. It's only his second feature, and the budget was only $4 million, so I'm kind of taking that into consideration when I do this review. But let's get into it a little bit. Basically, it's about three young adults, two males and a female, that are traveling from MIT to, I believe, Caltech, LA. And through the course of the trip, they're kind of being harassed by this hacker named Nomad. So they track him back and they decide to confront him, and his IP address is someplace in Nevada. They wind up going to the location and trying to confront him, and that's when the film really takes a complete left turn and gets into the whole sci-fi thing, and they find themselves trapped at this government facility being run by Laurence Fishburne. And from there, things get stranger and stranger. I don't want to ruin any of the reveals to you or anything like that. Overall, basically, the film has a good idea. It's not the most original idea. It looks really good because the guy's previous work has all been as a cinematographer, so the film looked good. $4 million, yeah, it does look good. The special effects, the parts that are in it, they use special effects sparingly in this film, and the special effects, the scenes that they have, look good. Like I said, it's shot well. That's not the problem with this film. And one more thing before I get into the bad thing. The end of this movie is pretty sick. I gotta say, the more I'm thinking about the ending, it's probably the last 10 minutes or so. It's completely obvious what's gonna happen, but it's pretty sick. It's cool. The special effects at the end are cool, and it has sort of that Chronicle feel. I'm pretty sure this movie got funded because of Chronicle's success. So that takes me to the bad things, and yeah, the ending is kind of completely obvious. I think the direction was just lacking in this film overall, because it is completely obvious as soon as they're confined to this government structure what's really going on. It just is completely obvious. I mean, the acting through Laurence Fishburne's character and the other characters that are working in this facility, I mean, you should see it coming a mile away. If you don't, or some version of what's coming a mile away. Yeah, and at points, the film just breaks down to being somewhat boring. I don't know, at the beginning, I kind of liked it. I felt I was getting pulled into, like, a young adult romance, which wasn't that bad. It just at the end, towards the conflict in the end of the film, it just really felt like that young adult film. Not as bad as something like Twilight or something like that, but more to that, like I said, Chronicle sort of feel, which I liked Chronicle, and I did like the end of this movie. But yeah, the dull performances just couldn't save it. The lead character is played by Brenton Thwaites. He's the same guy that was the brother in Oculus. That film, I liked, actually, that film. His performance in it wasn't the greatest. And Olivia Clarke plays sort of the love interest, and she's the girl from Bates Motel. I knew I recognized her, but without her breathing. So overall, The Signal, I can't recommend it. I'm only going to give it a 2.5 out of 5, and most of that is because the ending was freaking cool. Everything else was completely obvious. The ending's obvious what's going to happen at the ending, just the way they executed it, the special effects, the big reveal. But don't pay theater prices to see this movie. Don't run out to the theaters to see it, or you'd be like the 5 guys that were in the theater with me. $10.25 to see this in the matinee. Definitely got ripped off. Overall, I want to see more of William Eubank's future, what kind of sci-fi or horror he does in the future. But yeah, I just can't recommend this film. Too obvious from the get-go, some dull performances, and just bad overall direction. If you've seen The Signal, comment down below. What'd you think of it? What'd you think of the FX? It did kind of relate to District 9 a little bit as far as the FX parts and some of the aspects of District 9 also. But this film borrowed from a lot of sci-fi films. So your thoughts down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.